Hello and welcome to all you dear Cancerians, and no, this is not a workout video. That would not do well, I think. But let's have a look at your general horoscope. These are general horoscopes for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon or Ascendant for July of 2020. And of course, they are not tailor-made, so not everything is going to be exactly set for you, because these are not personal tailor-made videos. But having that in mind, you are the captain of your ship. You decide if this resonates or not. Let's have a look at the flavor and the colors that are showing itself for July. And what a month for you Cancerians. First of all, for some of you, happy birthday, who have their birthday in July. But what a month it is for the Cancerians. There are 5 things that are happening that I want to mention. First of all, the eclipses, and that's going to be for you super important when it comes to your relationships. Then Mercury going direct in your sign, also very important. Saturn going back into Capricorn, your opposite sign, also important for you. Then Venus squaring Neptune, less important for you, but interesting to mention. And last but not least, Mars in Aries, also important for you, as Aries is a cardinal sign, and so are you. So let's get started with these eclipses. Now, the eclipses have been going on in your sign, Cancer, and also in Capricorn for the last year and a half. And this one is the last eclipse in your opposite sign. So what it means is that I've been talking about this for many times in the monthly horoscope. So some of it will be a repetition. But the main thing is that this is like a sort of a last warning, a last call. A last call. I've been talking about this North Node being in your sign, and that it's best for you, especially in relationships, to focus not on them, but to focus on you, to focus on yourself, to establish that good connection with you. And especially now as well, with Mercury going direct on the 13th of July. So you are going to feel better for sure, especially here mentally, around the 14th to 15th of July and onwards, because Mercury goes direct in your sign. So you're going to be very clear of what you are all about, how you profile yourself, what it is that you want as well. So that's a good thing for the month of July. When you are traveling before the 13th and the 14th, when Mercury is still going backwards, it's a bit tricky, but only if you kind of accept that things would go a bit slower. It's not that you will not be able to travel, but travel is a bit of a tricky thing when Mercury goes backwards and forwards. So when you do travel the first 2 weeks of the month, take into consideration that it will be a bit more annoying by you having to wait a little bit longer and those kind of things. But other than that, it's okay. But what about these relationships? So the relationship is actually, it's a sort of a last call with this eclipse on the 5th of July. There's going to be an eclipse in your opposite sign of relationships. The moon will be in Capricorn. We'll be together with, again, Saturn re-entering your 7th house. So there's still things that need to be shifted in the relationships. There's still things that are a bit hard, that are a bit restrictive even, that need to be solved in a relationship. And you've got time to do that up until the end of the year. But when it comes to control, when it comes to you trying to control that other, I'm not saying that you're doing that, but if you are trying to do that, you're trying to control that other person in a sense that you want to change them. It's like a last wake-up call of stop doing it, because it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And that is because all this energy, this eclipse belongs to the Saros family 4 North, and it has to do with blockages and illusions. So the more you're trying to focus yourself on that other person, so this is of course for the people who are in a relationship, that the more they're trying to change them, the more they're trying to, and of course there might be some annoying energy going on and you want to change them and whatnot. It's not going to happen, and even it's going to get worse. So especially during the month of July. So keep that in mind, that you put your focus on you. That's the only thing that you can do. You know what you want, you work on the things that you want to accomplish, and you will see that the universe will adjust to you, and not the other way around, that you're trying to actually force the universe. That's not going to happen. So for everyone, these eclipses are about control. These are about the things that you cannot control. Let it go. It's easier said than done, especially for Cancerians, because the Cancerian energy is all about, you know, protecting those who love, and it's a very emotional sign, and it's driven by emotions. But forewarned is forearmed. So if you're trying to force to change other people, again, this is like the most important thing of July. Don't try to force other people or to change them. It's a waste of energy, and you are going to, if you're doing that, you're going to feel really drained of your energy. So focus on you, focus on your own happiness, and focus on your plans for the future, because the positivity lies in your work, in your plans for the future, because Mars, the planet of action, the planet of drive, is in your 10th house of work for like the rest of the year. Like the beginning of July, Mars is going to be in Aries and stays there up until the end of the year. So that's not normal, because normally, that's because it's a retrograde, and normally it stays there like 6 weeks, and now it's going to stay there for the rest of the year. So we will all have Mars in a particular area for a very long time, and for you, it's a key house. It's work. Of course, for those of you who say, but I'm 73 and I don't work anymore, it has to do with your position in the world, of how you want to be seen. Do you want to be seen as a great grandma, for instance, or granddad, or whatnot? So it's about your position in the world. It's your worldly energy that you're exuding there. So for those Cancerians who are fed up with their work, or who want changes in their work, it's a good sign. But it will take time. And it starts in July. If you have a plan to start something new, to do something different, or to adjust something, to readjust something that has to do with work, it's really, really, you really have the green light, so to speak. But it will take up until the midst of November before you see the result. So, and even not this month, but next month, you're going to have a bit of frustrations there going on with the work area, for sure, because you want to change it. So it's not going to happen just like that very smoothly. But know that you have the possibility and opportunity to make changes when it comes to your work. And especially if you initiate them, because Mars in the 10th house can also mean that you're going to have that there is a bit of how you say that. Mars in the 10th house can be a boss or a male colleague that is really very competitive and giving you a hard time as well. But so it's better that you take the lead instead of someone else is taking the lead over you. Maybe that is the lesson that you're learning, to take the own lead. But anyways, you've got time for this. This is not only for July, this is for a bit longer than that. But very interesting for those of you who want to make changes when it comes to their work. So a bit of an emphasis on relationships, and you know, the ones that are not working, don't put too much effort into it, and the rest will follow. Put the focus on you, put focus on maybe changing your work, and you've got time to do that. And last but not least, you're having Venus square Neptune for the 3rd time in your 12th house and 9th house. That's not that important for you, but what it could mean is that when you're single, for instance, and you're having an eye on someone, and there could be someone from a different culture, for instance. You know, the 9th house and the 12th house. Don't make too much illusions, okay? Stay with the feet on the ground, basically. So when you're single and it comes to love, be realistic. And this energy that is a bit like, ooh, dreamy, it will fade away in August. The same for travel, because the 9th house is the house of travel, squaring up to that Neptune. Don't make too many illusions when it comes to travel. Don't think that because you're going to travel, all your worries will be gone. Don't do that, because there is this energy of disillusion around that. Just be realistic, you know. That's it. A very eventful month for you. I think you're going to do well. Thank you so much for... Who's not knocking on the door? It's not. Oh. Now that means I need to stop here, and hope you're not hearing this. Renovations again, huh? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for listening. Thank you for all your likes and comments and whatnot, and have a very good month. Bye bye.